a little bit of math help. So we're using kinematics, or specifically in projectile motion, something where we start at one height and we land at the exact same height. So the initial velocity, initial position and the final position are both equal to 0. So in our equation, we would use to solve this to find, say, time in the air, we would use x equals x naught plus v naught t plus 1 FAT squared. Well, my x's are really y's in this case, but they end at the height of 0 and they start at a height of 0. And that's some initial velocity, and I'm just going to make up a number here just to make the math kind of easy. 5 meters per second times t plus 1 half, and we'll use gravity. And gravity is going the opposite direction of the initial velocity, so it's going to be negative 9.80 meters per second squared times t squared. So how do I solve this? Well, I could use a quadratic formula of some kind to solve this because it is quadratic, and that's because of the t squared right here. And that means it's got to have two answers. But another way to do this is just to use the distributive property. So this simplifies to 0 is equal to 5t plus, actually I want to get rid of that plus since it's negative, and write negative 1 half times 9.8 is 4.9. So 4.9 times t squared, and that's a t. Okay, so that's how it kind of sets up, and I can use the distributive property. 0 is equal to, I'm going to pull the t out of the 5 minus 4.9, and it's t squared, so that's 2 t's. I'm going to pull one of those t's out just so it's like this. So if I multiply everything by t, you can see how I get the original equation above. Now for this to be true, I know either, this is like two numbers. So 0 is equal to a times b. So if 0 is equal to a times b, then either a equals 0 or b equals 0. In terms of the equation that I have above, this is a and this is b. So that means that when they're multiplied together, either t equals 0 or 0 is equal to 5 minus 4.9 times t. So that means that negative 5 is equal to negative 4.9 times t. So t is equal to negative 5 divided by negative 4.9. I have no idea what that answer is, but it's more than 1. So 1 sig fig, it's 1 second. So this is saying that when I solve this, I get two answers. At time equals 0, x is going to be equal to 0, or at time equals about 1 second in my made-up problem, x is going to be equal to 0. So that's when it's going to land. That'll be 1 second, and that'll be at 0 seconds.